Do you want to do it?
And we're back.
Do you want to do it?
Episode 172 is brought to us by Stitcher Smart Radio.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I'm leading it in for you.
We're the smartest way to listen to radio on or off the radio. And you can create custom playlists. Listen, download, stream.
Cut. I need more enthusiasm.
Hold on, let me get a drink here.
Cut. And we're back. Welcome to episode 172, coming at your podcast. I'm here with my good friend Bullet.
Hello.
That's my radio voice.
Is it?
Who's the show brought to us by?
Stitcher Smart Radio, the smartest way to listen to radio on or off the radio. You can create and download and stream thousands of your favorite shows. Create custom playlists, all for free, ladies and gentlemen. Stitcher Smart Radio.
Netflix?
Netflix has got a new movie out with Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul. It's called The Girl. Something about he's like a card writer. It's like a dark comedy.
I saw the ad for that.
Something about girlfriends or something.
He is a greeting card writer, and he's caught up in something.
Yeah, it looks good. I want to watch it.
It does actually look pretty good. Also brought to us by Extreme Cage Combat.
XCC, February 24th.
At the Fuge.
In Warminster, Pennsylvania. We're going to preview that card a little bit later, and that should be a good time as well.
You didn't say anything about Helen.
She's looking good. She knows it if she's watching. I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Also brought to us by WWE Network.
WWE Network, last week was the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. We have a new WWE champion. That's right, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, so exciting.
Bray Wyatt. Here's a little tidbit for you that you didn't ask for. His dad is Mike Rotunda, also known as Erwin R. Shyster.
Right.
His uncle is Barry Windham.
Okay.
Remember Barry Windham from Four Horsemen fame? And his grandfather is Blackjack Mulligan.
Holy shit.
So he's
Imagine those family reunions.
a third-generation wrestler.
WWE Network.
WWE Network.
Also brought to us by Rest Tattoo. We forgot to mention him last week.
We did.
Yeah.
He's doing good.
He's been awfully quiet.
He hit me up. We're going to go up to one of the gun stores. We're going to look for something a little bit smaller, more concealable for the summer weather.
Can I see your gun that you brought with you?
I don't want to show any firearms on the show.
Why do we have a gun on the table?
Well, number one, it's not visible.
In case shit goes down all of a sudden?
Yeah, I got to keep you two in
Todd
check.
could turn on you in a second.
Like, he could.
You never know.
But I don't want to show any firearms on the show because firearms, yeah, but you can't see that it's not, I'm not brandishing
It's
it.
a hunting show now?
No, but I don't want to show any guns on the Facebook thing because then they
Okay.
might get mad at the GIMP. You know, what's with your cable, bro?
Fix it. But how about
Leatherman Tools.
Leatherman Tools?
That thing saved my ass the other day at a job.
How many times did it save your ass?
In total?
That's a lot of ass to be saving, too.
It is. It is. But it's 20 pounds lighter now.
Yeah, it's not as much ass.
It's not as much.
Where do you feel like you've lost it? So, we'll come back to that in a second.
Yeah.
Also brought to us by Jack Daniels.
It's a Band-Aid for your soul.
Got my little Jack Daniels.
I got my hat. I got the hat gimmick going.
Bang. I hate this every time. It's so good.
You don't like whiskey?
I don't know. I love Jägermeister. I also love tequila.
We should do a Jägermeister show.
I do not like the brown liquids. And here's well, I'll come back. Well, when we were kids, we used to steal our parents' liquor all the time because our dad and mom don't drink.
Because you guys are delinquents.
And what we would do is we would take something out of Jack Daniels, pour, say, half the bottle out, fill it halfway with water. But we would take it out of like 20 different bottles in the liquor cabinet.
So you'd make like a suicide
Oh,
of
my
liquor?
God, dude.
We called it jungle juice.
There were so many times, like I can remember just at like 14 years old, just being comatose in Cork Creek Park, just sitting on a hill, like trying. I can't even see straight. Just the mixture was just awful.
This explains a lot.
It tasted bad,
This explains a lot.
and the like some liquors you get a certain kind of a drunk from, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a different feeling depending on what you're drinking.
Yeah.
This was just awful every time.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm surprised I ever continued drinking after that. Wouldn't you say? Yeah. It was bad, really bad.
Let's start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, Damen und Herren, from what was once an inarticulate mass of lifeless tissues, may I now present a cultured, sophisticated man about town.
It It's time once again for another episode of Coming At Ya. Coming At Ya. A podcast about the world of mixed martial arts, boxing, pro wrestling, coming at ya, and heavy metal music, with a slice of comedy for good measure. Coming at ya.
Now listen to this fade. This is how a fade's
Let
done.
me hear.
Watch.
Let me hear. Oh, it was so beautiful. It was just slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race.
Right there.
So how's your weight loss going?
I am down 20 pounds now.
In how many weeks?
About a month.
So
About 4.
first 2 weeks it was what, 10 pounds?
10 pounds and 5 pounds, then 4 pounds, and then 3.
Why is it slowing down?
I think my body's just acclimating to eating better and all, so I have to...
Push a little harder?
Yeah, I'm going to start introducing the elliptical machine now, as well as the yoga.
Okay. Can you do yoga on the elliptical machine?
Probably not. Not with my bad balance. I did take my monthly progress pictures, and I look a little bit more deflated in the face, probably.
Yeah, your face was very inflated for
But
a
the
while.
thing that I noticed was the biggest difference in the pictures, and it's not like I'm fucking like an Olympic gymnast now, but there's a noticeable difference in the flexibility because one of the pictures I have to do is like from the sides trying to touch my toes standing.
Right.
And there's a noticeable difference in the flexibility there, and then seated, trying to do the same thing.
You know,
So
I wish
that's
I
good.
was more flexible. Like as much jujitsu as I do, I'm flexible when I want to put my body in a certain situation,
Yeah.
or if somebody's forcing me to be in a certain situation. But just doing it on my own,
Yeah.
virtually impossible.
Yeah, I mean, it's I know that this is going to be a long haul type of a thing. This isn't going to be like a 3-month type of a fix where I'm going to be good.
Well, how many pounds did you lose last time?
Oh, I don't even remember.
It was 100 at least.
Yeah, I'm my whole thing is this, man. Like, if I have this one thing that I want to do, because like the last time I tried to do this before I hurt myself, I started at 245, and I was like, holy shit, I'm 245. I need to lose a lot of weight. I still need to lose weight to get to that. So I feel like now, like
So you're still in the heavyweight division.
everything that I'm doing right now is kind of like the prologue. Once I hit 245, that's chapter 1, and that's when it's. But it's. I don't want to look
Once
at
you get a little bit lighter, other exercises will be easier as well.
Well, yeah,
to
but
accomplish.
I'm not looking at this like I got to lose weight. This is my weight loss thing. I'm just doing things and I'm being healthier. Like I'm doing a lot more. The yoga's a good stress reliever, but I got this one app called Aura. I think I shared it
Yeah, you
with
did share it with me.
And
I downloaded it. I haven't done anything with it, but every morning it reminds me to have a great day.
I do like this little thing, and it helps.
And I don't even look at it.
me.
I just see it comes up in my feed. I'm like, I'm going to have a good day today.
Yeah, but it's a cool app. I like it, and I'm trying to be more positive, and people are giving me shit online about it.
Who's giving you shit?
Just some friends like, oh, you're like Mr. Positivity, because I was like,
What's wrong with that?
I don't think I'm Mr. Positive. I think I'm making a conscious decision to try to be happier.
If you were to look at all of your posts on Facebook for a long time, not so happy, right? Not so positive on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So now that you're trying to turn the corner,
Yeah.
right, and have some positivity in your life, change your mental attitude, change the way you look at the world,
Yeah.
change your body,
Yeah.
people are down on you.
Well, that's how it always is. Misery loves company.
Do you stay friends with those people, or you just
I've
unfollow?
unfollowed. It just
Is there particular people that are just constantly harassing you because they think it's funny, or they're just being real dicks?
No, they were just being dicks. Just some coworkers and whatnot, and just in general.
Are those coworkers out of shape? 'Cause
the
I can't imagine Comcast having a ton of people that are just chiseled.
No, I guess.
All right, so fuck you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you guys.
Fuck all you fuckers.
No, I love them,
Fat
man.
fucks.
No.
They need some slow motion karate to the head.
As soon as I can do slow motion karate again, I'll do it. I mean, he's kind of.
Do you have anything exciting planned for the weekend?
I'm gonna hang out with my kid. I'm gonna take him to the park because Saturday's supposed to be nice.
You have a big tournament tomorrow night, maybe?
Oh, my Magic the Gathering. tournament.
Magic the Gathering. See,
Friday-
that I'll make fun of you for.
Friday Night Magic.
I don't know anything about Magic the
That's an M.
Gathering.
That's an M for Magic.
All I know is that it's a card game.
Josh Barnett plays it.
Okay. Josh Barnett's playing a card game. That's all I know.
What's his nickname?
His?
The War Master.
The War Master. Throwing his cards down. Do you have a nickname for the game? Do you have to have a nickname?
I call it Mizzle. M Mizzle.
That's your name in the game? Like, do you have an identity in the game?
No, the reason why I like Magic is
Because people are gathering?
I'm gonna fucking just
answer
rip
the
that
question.
goddamn fucking cord out of
Look
you.
how easily you're distracted. You just keep moving on. Be a professional.
The thing I like about it is you can get as serious as you want with it. I mean, they have pro tours where these guys are making high six figures a year. It can be a very casual game. And you've played D&D before.
How does somebody make six figures a year playing a card
They
game?
got pro tours, dude. Worldwide tours.
I understand it. I'm asking you, how does somebody make money doing that?
Because, okay, just as jiu-jitsu is a game about adapting and bringing your own game, and this person's going to do this, so I'm going to think 3 moves ahead and set them up and trap them and do different things.
But you're playing in groups. It's not like 1 versus 1, is it?
Yes, it is.
That's how it's played?
Yeah, that's how it's
Oh,
traditionally
I'll kill you in
played.
that game.
I'm going to bring you. I should invite you in just because I know you're naturally competitive, and you would just
I will
hate
find a way to
losing.
win.
You would hate
I'll
losing.
find a way to win.
No, you won't.
Can this be a 3-way?
Can it be a 3-way?
Yeah, they have a version of it where it's like a multiplayer. I think it's called Arch Enemy, but I don't really play that. Again, you have levels of where you can play it very casually. Really, it's just an excuse to get some friends over, have a few drinks.
You guys playing the nude?
No.
Do you have a special outfit you wear?
If I get drunk enough, I might dress
I've
up
seen those pictures.
as Elvis, Superman, Batman, or the Masked Avenger.
But do you have a specific Magic the Gathering like cloak with a hood?
No.
Maybe a
No.
staff?
No.
Bow staff?
I should dress up as my Lucha Libre.
You should. I think you need to take it the extra mile. And
Stop fucking with that cord.
You shut up. I think you need to take it the extra mile and wear an outfit and require all of your guests to have some sort of outfit for the gathering.
Well, my new lucha name is El Vengador Enmascarado,
What does that mean?
the Masked Avenger.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, look at that shit.
Oh, look at this guy.
All right.
I remember playing Dungeons & Dragons
All those
when I
years
was a
dating
kid.
Spanish girls, it rubbed off.
When I was a kid, I used to play
No pun intended.
Dungeons & Dragons, and I remember enjoying it, right?
You got enough of the goddamn books.
Can't fucking remember any of the fucking rules to save my life.
I'm Gwildor. The
So
Dark Elf.
when Stranger Things was on a couple months ago when it first came out, my kids and I were watching it, and they're
that
playing,
drove sales of D&D.
they're playing
through the
Dungeons &
roof.
Dragons. So you know what I said to myself?
Yeah.
Self, go get some Dungeons & Dragons, right? So I go to the hobby store right over at Oxford Valley Mall, walk in.
Is Allied still there?
No, there's one outside, like where
I
ice
know what
cream
you're
place
talking about.
used to be.
Yeah, they have Friday Night Magic.
A guy
thing
who's
there.
probably about 90 years old, sitting about behind the counter. I say, "Hey, man, you got any Dungeons & Dragons?" He's like, "You bet I do." Right? And he fucking pulls the box out. I buy the Dungeons & Dragons box, like with the dice and everything.
Yeah, the starter set.
Yeah, and I get home, and my kids and I open the box, and I see that there's about 5 million instructions.
Yeah.
Never played.
Brian Posehn.
It's too much. I would love to play, but I don't think I could be a dungeon master. That's the problem.
Brian Posehn actually had a podcast where
Who's Brian Posehn?
comedian, you know who he is if you've seen him. He
All
was
right.
on the Drew Carey show, and he's a really odd looking guy. You've seen him.
Is he the tall, skinny guy?
No, he's like a big oafy Sasquatch looking motherfucker. But you've seen him. He's actually a really
So
funny
he looks
guy.
like you.
Yeah. He's a big metal guy too. But
Okay.
he had a podcast where it was literally just his friends and him playing Dungeons and Dragons while getting fucked up.
That's
It
crazy.
was actually a really funny podcast. It's a shame it ended.
I actually have plans for the first time in a while to go out.
You got your permission slip signed?
Wife's going to.
Oh, okay. Well, you know,
Going to the Green Parrot tomorrow night.
the fuck is that?
That's the bar that
Like
she
a gay
manages.
bar? Oh, that's really
Yeah.
the Green Parrot.
Yeah. There's going to be a bunch of people there. I went there for Valentine's Day in the middle of the afternoon. Had like 6 drinks.
By yourself?
We sat at different tables. I'm just kidding.
Oh, holy shit!
I had about 6 drinks and got home at probably 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I was done for the day.
You know what I did
was it.
on Valentine's Day? Hung out with my kid.
Aggressively masturbated.
No, I hung out with my kid, man. Just had a nice low key day and just hung out with my kid. That's all I wanted to do.
Why are you bringing me down?
I'm not bringing you down.
You're bringing me down.
Hang out with my kids, bringing you down. Jesus Christ!
I saw 50 Shades Darker.
Ah, yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Your wife drug you to fucking suburban mom
on,
porn.
On Saturday, you saw it.
Saturday we ate at the Temperance House, and
Here's the weird thing that we have a weird dynamic where my brother and I have watched every fucking UFC together since the beginning.
And you skipped out on UFC?
Now his wife has figured out when the UFCs are and is making plans with our friend Paul and his wife, who Paul does not watch any UFC at all, so he doesn't care.
He's a woman.
Kind of. He's very feminine. He's probably watching right now.
Is he?
No, he's a good dude.
Is he watching or is he a good
No,
dude?
he's both. He's a good dude. But
I don't know if he's watching yet.
But every fucking, like the last 3 or 4 UFCs, his wife has made some fucking plans. Last two.
2 in a row.
Two in a row.
That's not an accident.
It's not an accident.
Women don't do
what
shit
I
by
said to him.
accident. They're calculated.
Excuse me. So he's got to stand up to her.
So wait a minute. So you guys saw
50 Shades Darker.
50 Shades Darker.
At any time during the movie, did you get a boner?
Yes.
So did you
Oh.
did you get to put it in her ass on the way?
Did she have her hand on your boner?
No.
That's
got-
a blatant lie.
Did you guys get to bang with the lights on? Is that what you guys do for freaky sex?
None of that.
Was it 50 Shades Darker at your house?
It was not.
Did you choke her or do anything funky when you got home?
Slap her on the face like you filthy bitch.
Like,
I'm sorry.
I haven't.
I'm sorry.
I didn't see the first one. I didn't see the second one. But I'm picturing
That's because you pee when you stand up.
remember
You're a
9.5 Weeks?
Yeah, with Mickey Rourke
That
and
was
Kim
a
Basinger.
fucking awesome movie, right? I picture it kind of along the lines like that, right?
No.
No, there's a lot. There's a lot more nudity.
No, I'm not as far as nudity about the way he's trying to control her and stuff like that.
Yes.
Is he
Very.
controlling in the second one?
Yeah, but he's relinquishing a little bit of his control.
Oh,
It's really
Talking to the mic.
there was an action scene or two. Yeah.
Do we see full frontal?
now you're saying action
No.
scene? Is that like full penetration, or there's like a chase or something?
No, there was a helicopter that went down. That was about it.
What's a helicopter?
Helicopter. He was in the helicopter. And
Oh, I thought that was some sort of sexual maneuver, like putting a dog in a tub. You ever put
Hold
the
on.
dog in a tub?
Yeah. And what?
Have you put the dog in a tub?
I don't even know what that is.
That's when you're banging a chick in her ass, and you try to put your balls inside of her ass too. And every time you get one in, the other one pops out. It's like trying to put a dog in a tub.
That's disgusting.
I've never done it.
What kind of a move would the helicopter be? You know that
don't
wrestling
know.
move, like when your stomach's on their back and you do like the spin.
Yeah, 100 kilos.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Like you're penetrated, but you want to try to keep it inserted and then do that spin.
Similar to a PennDOT.
I don't even
The
know what
PennDOT is girls on her back with their legs up in the air, and you got a nut in each hand, kind of jackhammering. And there's just 6 dudes in orange shirts standing around doing nothing.
Why is it always the people that don't have any sex that come up with all these fanciful fucking names?
He's got all the time to think about it.
I guess.
Have you ever given a girl Spider-Man?
I can tell you this. I can tell you this. You show me a hot girl. You give me the opportunity, and I'll disappoint her in every fucking way possible.
I believe that.
Yeah,
That's a money back guarantee kind of thing.
money back. Like if you're in the market for a truly unsatisfying sexual experience,
Totally disappointing.
totally disappointing, and it won't last very long. It's gonna be like a pop song. It's gonna be about 3 minutes.
Would you let
And it's gonna end with me seizuring on top of you like an epileptic,
somebody pay you for sex?
and then crying. I've already done that.
Somebody paid you.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Okay.
How old was she?
She was like 40 something. She was like a housewife.
How old were you at the time?
Oh God, this is like 10 years ago.
That didn't answer my question. So you were 30?
Mm-hmm.
And you got paid how much?
I'm not telling you.
You already told us. Fucking, it's 10 years ago. Statute of limitations is gone.
Oh, okay.
It was a Subway coupon.
It was a dude pond. Was it a dude?
No. No.
Just fucking tell the story.
I'm not telling the story.
It's too late. The story's already out.
It happened at work. They might be listening.
Somebody laid cable in you?
Oh my God. It was customer service.
Satisfaction.
Yeah, it was customer. I was satisfying the customer.
So,
I was trying.
how much did you get paid at least?
$500.
What the fuck?
What?
Was she attractive?
I fucked uglier for free.
Dude, you need your sound effect things on that one.
Fucking,
that was a
like,
boing, 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 boing.
what?
Yeah.
Seriously. $500. Did you go into the deal knowing that you were getting paid?
No. I was there to fix cable. Seriously.
Oh, so you were making a sale, like a actual work call.
Yeah.
And how does the conversation go down? Does she say, hey, you know,
She found out that her husband was fucking banging some chick and spending an exorbitant amount of money. She wanted to get him back. And I'm up in the attic fucking...
is that what we're calling it?
No, I was seriously up in the
'Cause she's
fucking
old.
attic.
She was an old chick to you at
I
the
was
time.
seriously up in the attic.
I'm up in the attic.
I was seriously up in the attic. Dude, I'm not the only one. Like,
So does she climb
there's-
up? Is it like a pull down attic? And
Yeah,
she
and I
walks,
was-
and she sticks her head up in there and she's like, hey, can you
no, she...
eat me out for $500?
No, it was just... She said, because I was like fucking sweat my ass off. And she's like, well, you could use the shower if you need to. And I'm like...
Did you have long hair at the time where you're just like, and there's like just sweat flying off?
No, and I was pretty skinny at the time. And I had a couple tattoos, so I was like a badass.
So you're fit?
Yeah, I was like a tattooed Lothario.
What's a Lothario?
Like you read all them books, you don't know. Anyway,
So so she comes up the steps, right?
no, she didn't come up the steps. I came down the steps, and she's like, I was like,
Was your shirt drenched and you're just like, you took it off and you're like wringing it out?
no,
I'm just trying to get the visual, like it's something out of a
it's
movie.
exactly what happened.
Was the wind blowing and your hair's like...
Yeah, like an R. Kelly video.
So you come down the steps.
My mind is
Are
telling
you-
me no.
You're backing down the steps, right?
Yeah,
You hit the bottom step and you turn around. She's like, whoa, she's right there.
she was right there.
Money in hand.
Yep.
And does she just kind of flap it in your face? She goes,
I-
$500.
What I did was I grabbed her and I said, look, the first taste is free, but just keep the money on the dresser in a fucking unmarked envelope.
Tell me what really happened. I'm so curious. You see this shit in like movies all the time. Like,
Dude,
this is the closest I'll ever get. Shut the fuck up. Tell me the fucking story.
any cable guy can tell you a couple good stories.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, but if you always disappoint women, did she take like 475 back?
No.
So you come down the steps, shirt off, drenched, you're wringing it out, right?
You and that goddamn cable.
She's standing behind you, right?
No, that's not what happened at all.
Well, fucking tell me.
She said I could use the shower. I said, I don't really think that'd be appropriate. She's like, let me tell you about what's not appropriate. My ass, and she goes into this fucking long-winded thing about her husband, blah, 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 how he's spending money doing this. Can you fucking believe that? I'm
You're
like,
standing in the hallway.
and
while
I'm
she's
just
saying
like, okay, well, you've got signal in this room now. Like, what the fuck? And she's like, I want to get him back. And I'm like, well, have fun, get him back. And she's like, you know what?
fucking finish the story.
So she was basically like, look, I want to spend some money and have some fun too. She's like, have you ever basically hooked up with any customers? And I'm like, no.
Not
Which
till
was
today.
Which was a lie. And I'm like, no. And then she was basically like, well, we should fuck around. And I'm like, oh,
How'd she say it?
we should fuck around.
And you were like,
I'm like,
you're like, "Verdi, verdi, 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 verdi."
yeah.
So you made the agreement for the money beforehand?
No, she gave it to me afterwards.
As like it's not as like a, she's like, here.
I
So you
figured
didn't agree to do it for money. She just gave you
I
money.
would have.
Right, but at the end, she just gave you money as a thank you.
Yeah. I figure it was for my customer service skills.
Did she have a survey or anything that she had to fill out after?
They do a phone survey. And
How'd
I
you
was
do on that one?
I got all I got,
disappointed.
yeah. I know.
Why do I picture like the cable guy where he's like, maybe I'll take you somewhere and show you how
Like,
this all works.
Bullet's got his drill out looking for the sweet spot on the wall. He's like, stepping. I'll juice you up.
It doesn't even really bother me because I was $500 richer.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
How have I known you this long and you don't share that kind of story?
You never asked.
So I just ask random shit in hopes that you're going to say that, yes, that happened?
Yeah.
Have you ever banged a wild animal?
No.
No, nothing.
The fuck is wrong with you?
Not for free.
We should talk about some fight news.
We should talk about. Hold on. Before fight news. Though,
What?
Before
What do you got
fight
up there?
news.
Mm-hmm.
Should we save? Should we save the unveiling?
No, I think you break it out now, and then we go into fight news.
So, as everybody knows, for several months now, I have been on a campaign, and I have been fighting any and all challengers.
For the intergender open weight championship?
That's right. And I've taken on a number of opponents, and some of them who were remain nameless.
Some of them didn't even show up for
Didn't
the
even
fight.
show up.
Didn't even show up.
Didn't even show up.
Didn't
now,
even show up.
Now, some people, Like, let's look here. Let's look at the UFC. You've got some guys in weight classes where there's a 10-pound difference. Me?
You're open weight champion,
Open weight.
which means you'll fight anybody.
I'll fight a man. I'll fight a woman.
100 pounds all the way up to
I'll fight
600 pounds.
I'll fight someone with both parts. It doesn't matter. Okay? And it doesn't even matter what rule set you
Hermaphrodite
want.
you fight?
You don't. It doesn't matter. Do you want to have a professional wrestling contest? Fine. Do you want to have a kickboxing contest? Fine. Do you want to have a jiu-jitsu contest? That's fine.
Chess?
Fine.
Checkers?
Easy.
Backgammon?
Right on.
Magic the Gathering.
Dungeons and Dragons?
So anyway, so I contacted my good friends at Pro-Am Belts, and I said, I need you guys to construct for me a title worthy
Of a champion.
of a champion, something that conveys the prestige
Of a champion.
of a champion.
Something with the aura of a champion.
Of a champion. And I feel that they accomplished this goal. And ladies and gentlemen, right now,
Is
live
this the
on the
unveiling?
podcast,
Is this the unveiling?
we're going to unveil
It's about to happen.
the World Openweight Intergender Combat Sports
The
Champion.
Coming At You podcast World Open Weight
Here it
Intergender
is,
Championship.
ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
And that's got a hell of a weight to it.
That is nice.
Right here. I'm going to put this over my shoulder right now here. There we go. Because that's what a champion is. Now, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter if you're 10 years old or you're 100 years old. It doesn't matter if you're 10 pounds or 1,000 pounds. Okay? I'll fight anybody, any place, anytime, anywhere.
Why do I feel like people are going to come out of the woodwork for this?
Except at XCC, because that place is probably going to be stocked full of fucking alpha
There'll
males.
be
and-
100 people calling you out at XCC.
That's all right. I'm there working.
Dudes are getting done their fights, and I'm up in there interviewing them and stuff, and they're like, I want you.
That's fine. They probably do want the prestige of this world title.
It is prestigious.
It's goddamn right.
You know,
it's
wear
prestigious.
that. We're going to go into some fight news, talk about some shit that's going down.
I just want to let some people know, some challengers, that,
It got real.
it got real because now there's a real belt. You're probably not watching now because you're probably in the kitchen like a good little woman making somebody a sandwich. All right? And I don't know what you're wearing, but it probably doesn't even cost as much as this watch, and I'd be embarrassed to be seen in public with you.
I need the wrestling voice.
Do you want?
You're not
you
in
want
it.
a full wrestling
Yeah,
promo?
Get in it. Get it. Cut the promo.
What's
This
the topic?
Saturday night.
What's the topic of the promo though? I
You
need
defending
need
your
to go.
title against that same person.
We're just gonna go out to Polish Carolina.
Yeah.
All right.
Throw it at her.
She's challenging me, or I'm challenging her.
Champion doesn't challenge anyone.
You're goddamn right. It doesn't. Should I add a little bit of echo to my voice? No, I
Nah,
gotta
go
do that.
all Ric Flair.
We're studio.
Or no, go Dusty. Dusty.
No, I don't want to be Dusty because Dusty was never a heel, and I feel like I'm really good at cutting heel promos.
I don't feel like you're a heel. I feel like you're a hero.
Oh, every good heel has to be the hero of their own story.
All right. Cut the promo, however you like to cut the promo, and then we'll go right into fight news.
I feel maybe you should ask me the questions and I should answer. That kind of a promo. Maybe like an old school NWA.
I wasn't prepared.
Well, come on, Tony Schiavone, ask the question.
Give me the fight news. We'll come into it at the end.
All right, here we go. Here, fight news music here.
I'm getting really slow with my beer, too.
Do you want to hold this title?
Yeah, can I hold it?
You can hold it for a minute.
It's nice. It even has like a backing and everything on it.
I know it does. It's dude, Pro-Am belts. They are the absolute best.
That is lovely. I do like that. Mind if I sit it on the table up there?
I do.
Well, here, you hang on to it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We have the Extreme Cage Combat 27 card coming up at the Fuge in Warminster, February 24th.
We do. Do you have any information on that card?
No, you said you took my phone away from me at the beginning, dick.
I did. Todd, why don't you look up some of those fights for the XCC?
In the meantime,
In the meantime, what I'm going to do is this. What you're looking at right here is the most prestigious title in all of sports today. Right here. This will get you tickets into Any club. Women just like that. I do want to give the guys from Pro-Am Belts a big shout out because
That is pretty awesome.
they did. If you're maybe an MMA promoter or maybe just someone that wants to do like a cool belt for like celebrating something, they've got fully custom belts and they have stock championship belts that they will also customize.
If you're going to buy a belt, you better go custom.
The other thing about this belt is that everything from the selecting the belt to the ordering to the customizing it, even the shipping, everything, no snags, no nothing, no problems.
How long did it take you from design to receive?
A week.
Really?
A week.
Mind talking about the cost?
I do. Because Jim Crockett Promotions, the NWA, actually constructed this belt for myself.
So you decided you were going to have this belt manufactured for your championship self.
I did because I am a person that is ridiculous.
How many other podcasts have a championship belt?
How many other people broadcast and do multiple cameras?
How many other people have a full studio setup? None.
So I really do like these belts. I am going to get more. I am going to get another one for my band. And I am going to get one for my son.
So lots happened this week in the UFC. We had UFC 208.
Not a
which
good
just
card.
happened.
Not a good card.
I enjoyed our good friend Wilson's fight.
Well,
Record for most takedowns in a flyweight fight.
now, look, I'm not talking shit on the fights. I'm not saying that that the fighters suck or whatever. It just wasn't a good card.
There wasn't a lot of finishes.
Yeah, and sometimes that's not a bad thing.
You didn't enjoy the Derek Brunson versus Anderson Silva fight?
Not really, because I was
excited to see
excited to see
some of the
Anderson.
old Anderson back.
It wasn't a lot of old Anderson.
It was
though.
some of them, though. He was very aggressive, right? He was walking him down the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do anything stupid where he tried to get fancy or showboat or do anything.
No. Let's talk about some of these fights on the card. Obviously, we'll start with Wilson's fight. Thanks, man. We'll start with Wilson's fight.
That dude was talking a lot of shit.
I really didn't like him, and I was sending Wilson some pretty heated messages. It was obviously designed to get the veteran Wilson out of his game. It started right from the weigh-ins.
He didn't even flinch at the weigh-ins. So actually, he started laughing.
Yeah, Wilson started.
And then Dana White was in between, and he's trying to separate him and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was at the gym the other night, and Wilson showed up, and we were talking. I'm like, do you see Dana White's face? He's like, no. What are you talking about? I said, as soon as you started laughing, Dana White started laughing too, and then everything just left the other guy's body. He was just like, fuck.
And then, like during the introductions, it was disrespectful. And
he walked all the way across the cage.
Yeah, I feel the first round Wilson had to adjust to the reach. In the second round, I saw that as a 10-8 round.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what's going on with my cord.
You got a bullshit cord, and we need to replace it.
You could just work through it.
I am working.
You work through it.
I am.
You're a champion. You work through it.
Dominated on the ground. Had really some dominant positions. Third round, I feel, was still a 10-9 for Wilson. The last minute, of course, was a little scary. In my opinion, it was a lose-lose fight for Wilson. Because he's top 5. Why the fuck are they giving him guys that aren't even in the top 10? Fuck that shit.
Hopefully he gets a championship shot next.
Yeah, I know that. But what I'm saying is these are the most dangerous kind of fights for guys in the top 5. Because he's not fighting another guy in the top 10.
Yeah, the other guy has nothing to lose.
He's got nothing to lose. So not only does he have the pressure of, okay, I need to keep my top 5 spot because there's implications of sponsorship money and pay, but there's also the fact that you're trying to campaign for a title shot, and you're going against a guy that's not even in the top 10. No offense to him. Every fight is dangerous. Every fight is tough in that level. The level of winning and losing, the difference between number 1 and number 5 is minuscule when the competition goes up.
But you could tell how big of a difference was between number 5 and somebody not in the top 10.
Sure. And to be perfectly honest with you, I don't really think that guy, Sasaki, is it?
Yeah. Ulka Sasaki.
I don't think he enjoys... I think he enjoys a very good reach advantage, and I think that puts him in positions that he normally wouldn't otherwise get into because of skill.
Right.
I don't think if you take away that guy, some of his natural gifts of his height, his reach, technically he didn't show me anything. I mean, first of all, he's a guy that has like a 7-inch reach advantage, and
which is huge.
And he was 6 inches taller than Wilson. But and I understand
Wilson was still tagging him hard.
And Wilson was still getting in with straight punches, and that shows to Wilson. Wilson looked really good. Very happy for him. Couldn't watch the third round. I always get so nervous when that little dude fights.
I gave him a hard time. I'm like, dude, every time you fight, you get dropped for at least a half a second.
He didn't in this fight.
No. And I'm like, thank you. It was the least stressful fight I've had to watch in a long time.
It's because he's my friend, man. Like, he was my friend before he did this bullshit. He's going to be my
whole
friend
family
after he does
watches.
this
We love it.
Well, my dad watched.
He did some seminars for us this week, too, and we went over the takedowns.
Yeah.
And it was pretty sweet.
My dad only knows Wilson as, oh, that's Wilson. That's Kevin's friend Wilson.
Right.
He doesn't know anything. That's same with my mom. So, like, they see him fight, and they get so scared. My dad's like,
it's your friend who's fighting.
They only know him as, like, this really nice guy. But I was happy for him.
Who was the main event? It was Holly Holm versus Jermaine
Durandamy.
I didn't enjoy that fight at all.
I didn't enjoy that fight at all.
Did you think Durandamy won?
No, I think it should have been a draw.
Yeah, I thought Holly Holm pressured her the whole
time. That fight
like...
did nothing to, what's the word I'm looking for, searching for, to validate even having a 145-pound women's belt in the UFC. The fight...
And why is Cyborg not in that fight?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the Cyborg situation. Cyborg got popped for a USADA test.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
But, it looks like the reason why Cyborg was on that medicine is for very specific conditions that she legitimately has.
Which condition is that?
She's got like organs are out of balance because of the extreme weight cutting that she's at. Now, you can look at that two ways. You can say, well, as a fighter, you can say, well, she should sacrifice some of that muscle mass so she's not having such a hard weight cut. But she's choosing to do that hard weight cut.
There's probably no 155.
There's a hard weight cut, and her body is paying the price for it. Okay, so she needs to be on this medicine. USADA's coming in, and, look, USADA's not accusing her for anything. They're saying there's a potential violation of our policy.
So she hasn't been suspended or anything.
She has to have a hearing. Dana White last said it's looking good. But let's talk about the Holly Holm fight. You have a person that's coming off of 2 back-to-back losses. She's coming off of back-to-back losses.
Didn't the Durandamy just come off a loss too?
Hold on. Back-to-back losses for Holly Holm. And in her last fight, it was a very lackluster performance.
Terrible.
Okay? Then you've got Durandamy, who's not even in the top 15. Now, yeah, she's got all this world-class experience as a kickboxer.
I didn't see it.
Like, what? Okay, it's not kickboxing. It's not like she's coming into a It's not like she's coming into a lion fight. It's not like she's coming into K1. It's not like she's coming into Glory.
Right. Yeah.
It's not like this is an ISKA World Kickboxing Champion. Her first fight.
I don't think that fight ever went to the ground at any point.
Holly Holm has to do. Holly Holm's got to feel like the biggest
disappointment.
She's
got to feel like Bullet after a sexual encounter.
Oh, I don't feel disappointed.
I'm talking about your partner, whoever the partner is at the time.
Oh, okay. They usually do. I mean, they lie. They're like, no, it's fine.
Okay,
It's fine. But they do the same gimmick that all the girls do. They leave. They give me like the it's not you, it's me.
Like, I wish they would just be honest with you and be like, it's you.
It's literally like an online form that they find and just like change some of the things around. Like, hey, can we have a talk? And
dear insert name. Bullet.
I heard the same talk from at least
Thank you for
4
penetrating me
different
earlier. I enjoyed our experience.
Oh, yeah, right? Hey,
please don't ever call me again.
Yeah. That's all right. I prefer it.
But I didn't see anything from either one of those two that said champion.
Nothing. Holly Holm.
Cyborg would tear the two of them
Holly
up.
Holm was gifted this title shot, and she fought like an uninspired, tired, just her body had no pop to it. Her punches had no pop. Kicks had no sizzle. When you saw her fight in some of these smaller promotions,
makes a lot of noise, though. She's like, hey! Like, she's not even close
pushing it all
on
out.
some of those.
Well, that's just because she's a boxer. She's pushing all that out. Tremendous athlete. I think most of her problems are mental.
Who were some of the other fights on the card?
Anderson Silva with Derek Brunson.
I enjoyed that fight. I thought Brunson hit him with some good shots.
Yeah.
And
Anderson took
positions when they're in the clinch and the dirty punching. I was excited to see that Anderson still has his chin.
Mm-hmm.
And he can take some punches. And he may be slower than he was in the past, but
He's definitely.
his slower is still faster than a lot of guys.
Thing about Anderson is that people are going to talk. I really, truly believe this. People are going to talk about Anderson Silva the same way that they talk about seeing Ali fight.
You think so?
Yes, because of the things that he did. He
Right.
elevated. If you look at the...
Do you think staying in there and fighting longer diminishes what he did in the past?
No. His legacy's already secured. And he does it because he wants to. He doesn't have to. If you look at the trajectory of the UFC, of MMA, right, you always see like certain guys will take the level and force it up. Like you had Royce Gracie. People had to learn submissions. And then you had this influx of world-class wrestlers, Dan Severn, Mark Coleman. These guys were like, holy shit, you better learn how to fucking wrestle. Then the first guy to put it all, and then you had Maurice Smith. Then you had world-class kickboxer going, we know how to sprawl.
But we're seeing a tendency now to go back towards the guys that specialize in something as opposed to being
A little bit.
well-rounded and
Well,
not an expert in everything.
The first guy who was well-rounded was Frank Shamrock.
Yeah, I'd agree with
He
that.
was the guy that put it all together.
GSP wasn't far behind him.
Well, GSP was right behind him. Now, he was another guy that took it to a whole new level. Then you had guys like John Jones, who was the new one, who grew up doing everything. And now you're seeing, you're like you said, it's kind of in a different spot where you're seeing the guys that are standing out are guys like a Michael Venom Page in Bellator, who's a karate guy. Or you're seeing guys like for a little bit of time you had Machida, who was a karate guy. Or you're seeing guys that are specializing in one specific
Very
skill set.
strong in a specific skill set.
Because I feel, without trying to disrespect guys, MMA has kind of become its own watered-down discipline where it's a little bit of boxing, a little bit of Western boxing, a little bit of Muay Thai, a little bit of wrestling, and a little bit of submissions.
They don't get the super advanced techniques.
Yeah. Not really.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, so it's...
Like, if you look at jiu-jitsu, like you can be good at some grappling and then meet a guy who's a high-level guy.
My biggest...
going to throw some weird shit at you.
My biggest complaint with the UFC is, in its quest to become legitimate, they've kind of stripped away anything that made it special. Everybody looks the same, dresses the same,
Stripped
fights
away,
the
or
same.
is it just all these guys are a product of the environment?
No, I mean, I think we can all say at this point. I mean, hindsight being 2020, the Reebok deal was absolutely
awful,
disastrous.
It was awful.
It had good intentions.
It's got the. Oh, he's got
it had good intentions, because there were sponsors that were fucking guys out of money, but
there's a shitload of guys who are losing a shitload of money now.
Well, it helped out some guys in the middle.
Well,
but
GSP just signed his contract.
let's talk about that.
Did he have to get rid of the Under Armour thing?
We don't know. We don't know what the specifics
I
are.
have yet to see anything, but I know that was a sticking point.
It was a sticking point. Do you think GSP, in my opinion, I don't think GSP should have anything to do with any of the top 5 170-pounders. I think he should only be fighting special attraction fights.
I agree.
I mean,
He's a legend.
because even though,
He doesn't need a belt at this point.
No, he doesn't. I mean, look, he went out on a win. People can talk about it all they want and say, Hendricks should have won that fight.
Hendricks sucks.
I think everybody by now knows that, look, Hendricks was on the gas. I've never seen a guy deflate. USADA came in, and it was literally like someone let the air out of him.
It's like he ran across those police spikes.
Exactly. He deflated.
Look at that guy with the sound effects.
I know, right?
Damn.
I think GSP could and should fight.
Super fights.
He should fight Bisping.
How about Silva?
That would be a good fight. Silva would be a good fight.
But Silva's already said that he can get down to 170. But let's make it interesting. Silva used to fight at 170.
Yeah, I guess he could. That's a tough weight cut, though. At
his age, yeah. But let's make it interesting. Let's do either 180 or 175.
Who at 185 would you like to see as well? Somebody who hasn't fought in a while.
GSP fight?
Huh. What if Liddell could make it to 185?
I don't think Liddell could ever make it down to 185.
Just his bones are probably 200.
Look, Liddell is the classic case of a guy that can do the bag work, do the road work, can do the lifting, can do the cardio, can do all of it. But the things that was so endearing about Chuck Liddell was he had that chin first defense. He would eat to give one of his shots. Your body only has
You can only eat so many.
And he was the best at fighting, backing up. Too.
But let me tell you this. Watching some of these guys they've got fighting now, watching Daniel Cormier fight, I would not pay to see Daniel Cormier fight. I would definitely pay to see a Chuck Liddell fight.
Absolutely.
But I mean,
but we've talked about this in the past a number
have.
of times, like having a Legends division of guys that you don't necessarily care to see them fight like the top guys anymore because it's not as interesting.
Yeah, Shogun.
Yeah, guys that still have it,
Henderson.
guys that have the heart, guys that'll fight, and you put them against a like-minded guy in a similar age bracket, you're still going to get an awesome fight.
The bottom line is like, look,
You can't take the heart away.
the competitor in them always wants to compete, and I get that, and I applaud it. There comes a time the fighter is going to be his own worst enemy.
How about GSP versus Connor?
No,
Who wins?
GSP.
GSP kills him.
Yeah, I mean Conor McGregor. There's a lot more talk now about Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather fighting.
They both announced stuff this week that they were going to be fighting.
Yeah. Look,
Do you think it actually goes down? We were talking about this at lunch today.
we got a reality TV guy in the White House. Anything's possible, dude.
We were talking about this at lunch today, and Connor's got that just kind of charm about him, like he's just lucky, like he's just like blessed,
He's Irish.
right? But he fights or he fights Floyd, and somehow he gets a solid lucky punch and drops him.
It'll never happen.
Imagine if he did, though.
No.
Imagine the aura.
This is like
around
Tommy Boy. This is Tommy Boy. Can you imagine? We got it on. No.
Imagine the
No, you
aura
didn't.
around this dude if he could pull that off.
He would be the greatest.
Do you retire right after that?
Yeah.
Just say fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm the greatest ever. That's
Well, look,
it.
Conor McGregor's not very good at defending titles. He's really good at winning them.
Yeah.
So,
You win him and
but let me just
throw him away.
look. If anybody really thinks that Conor McGregor has a chance, okay, you're kidding yourselves. Let me just ask you a question right now. Do you think Conor McGregor is a better boxer than Oscar De La Hoya?
No.
Do you think Conor McGregor is a better boxer than Canelo Alvarez?
No.
Do you think Conor McGregor is a better boxer than Diego Chico Kraus? You probably don't know who he
Yes.
is. Anybody out there that doesn't know, that wants to see an amazing fight, it was the greatest boxing match I've ever seen live. It was Diego Chico Corrales versus Jose Luis Castillo. It was about 10 years to 11 years ago.
Is this when you were having sex with the lady?
It was one of the no, seriously, it was one of the most amazing boxing matches you have ever fucking seen. It was on Showtime. If you
don't think Connor beats that dude?
No. Well, number one.
Here's what I think.
Number one, Diego Chico Corrales died in a motorcycle
So
accident.
Connor definitely wins.
Yeah, right. Conor McGregor. If anybody thinks that Conor McGregor is going to outbox Floyd Mayweather,
If I'm Conor McGregor,
you're
right,
out of your fucking mind.
when the fight starts, I forget that it's not an MMA fight, and I liver kick Floyd just to fucking just set him off.
One leg kick.
One leg kick,
Yeah, but
just
then-
kind of fuck him up.
But then you get DQ'd and don't get your
No,
money.
no, you don't do enough to lose the fight.
Yeah.
You just do enough to offset Floyd's whole mindset that some.
Do you want to
fucker
really
other
know what
shit
I
could
think
go
about
down.
this whole entire fight?
Yeah,
And don't cut me off because I'm not trying to make jokes here.
this is a show that's supposed to be funny.
Well,
You better fucking have a punchline at the end of this shit,
okay.
or you don't say nothing. You shut your fucking mouth.
This entire
You shut your mouth.
This entire thing is very reminiscent of the early 2000s with in Japan when Pride was first out, and MMA was very big in Japan. And
Are you thinking this is Hulk Hogan, Rocky Balboa?
hold on,
exactly what I was
Thunderlips?
thinking.
Nope.
Thunderlips?
Antonio Inoki's. Everybody know who that is?
Yeah, when he fought Ali.
Okay, so he's a very famous pro wrestler in Japan, and he has he was very in love with shoot fighting with MMA, and what he did in the early 2000s was, for some reason, he decided to throw his pro wrestlers in legitimate fights, Like he had one
That
of the
didn't go well,
one
did
of
it?
the biggest stars they had at the time
Get
was
crushed?
was a guy named Yuji Nagata. He's
Do you remember
still
when
good.
the WWE had the boxing thing?
Yes, we'll talk about the Brawl for It All too if you want. Yuji Nagata's first MMA fight was against Fedor.
How'd that go?
How do you think it went?
Fedor won?
His second MMA fight.
Fedor's fighting Mitrione this weekend, isn't he?
Was against Crow Cop. So what happened was he took some of his best talent and it devalued not only them, but pro wrestling in the eyes of the Japanese public. And New Japan, as a consequence, almost fucking folded. And it's taken them 10 plus years to kind of recover from that. If Conor McGregor goes out there and gets embarrassed by Floyd Mayweather, it will make MMA look like a fucking second-class sport. It
How many
will look
knockouts
shitty.
does Mayweather have?
Half of his fights are won by knockout. But you don't have to win. Look, if he gets knocked out, that's one thing. But if he gets embarrassed, if he's missing his punches, if he's made to look stupid,
Do you think Connor's...
he's going against the probably
I understand.
the single best defensive fighter of all time. And you're taking away
I don't know
all
if
of Conor McGregor's
he's the
tool.
best runner, maybe.
You don't know anything about boxing if
He
you
runs.
think Floyd Mayweather
he
runs.
fucking runs.
No, he doesn't.
Ricky Hatton, when he fought him, he fucking ran.
What happened to Ricky Hatton in the end of that fight? Ricky Hatton was fucking snoring. dick
Ricky
down the
Hatton was
dirt.
trying to pin him in the corner, and every time the fucking every ref that's been in a Mayweather fight
Answer
has
my question.
fucking leaned towards Mayweather the whole
Answer
time.
my question. How did the fight end?
Wasn't a knockout, was it?
Yeah, he brutally knocked him out
How
with a check
brutally?
hook. He was fucking snoring.
He wrote him a check.
He wrote him a check. All right? So
Who
don't
were
give me-
who were some of Mayweather's best knockouts?
It's not, again, you're missing the point. It's not about knockouts. Fighter can get knocked out. That's, okay, whatever. That's part of the game. But if you embarrass a guy, make him look foolish and amateurish, make his punches miss, and just fucking laugh at him,
All right, well,
that's embarrassing.
Think of it this way, right? Mayweather goes over to MMA. Who gets embarrassed there?
Mayweather without a question.
Okay, but Mayweather's not willing to take that chance.
But you got to remember, boxing is an Olympic sport. It's established in the eyes of the general public. Do you feel, this is a question, do you think the image of mixed martial arts gets tarnished?
No.
If Conor McGregor
Not
goes
even a
out
little
there and
bit.
gets embarrassed.
Not even a little bit. I see a guy.
Disagree. I disagree.
I see a guy who's willing to take away a lot of his skill set that he could easily just fuck this other dude up with.
You see that, but the general public goes,
No, he sees
"Who's
it
this
too. That
fu-"
guy right there, he's in the public.
No, he's not.
He is. Look at him.
He's not.
That's Joe Public right there.
Look, first of all, I don't want to say anything bad about him because
that's
number
Bob-
one.
Bob-
Number one,
Bo-
he's part of a biker gang.
Bobo
So,
yeah, he's got Sons of Anarchy.
you
shirt
know,
on.
I don't want to mess with any Sam Crow member over here. Okay, you know.
But I see a guy who's willing to take a chance,
Yeah,
diminish his skill set, or not diminish his skill set, but take things away
yeah.
just to prove that he's not scared to do it.
I get that. For me, I hope you're
Do you
right.
think Mayweather would ever do that? Not
Never.
a fucking chance because he's not stupid.
He's very calculated.
I agree with him. There is just something
There's
about
a
like,
chance.
Look, God forbid he does that. He will go down as the
If
most
he does,
unbelievable person.
if
ever.
he-
If he does, you get the dick tattoo.
No, because I don't really care about. I'm
You
not,
care. You're all in Mayweather's corner.
I think Mayweather embarrasses him.
I think
in a boxing
Mayweather
match.
wins. I don't know if it's an embarrassment.
Oh, he'll embarrass him.
I don't think he will.
I think he will. I don't think Conor McGregor lasts 6 rounds with Floyd Mayweather.
What if it's a 5-round fight?
It's not going to be. It's a main event. At the least, it would be a 10-round.
Let's talk about XCC 27.
Let's talk about it.
Coming up this next, is it Friday or Saturday?
It's Friday, February 24th.
Ooh, I like the Friday night fights.
They're going to debut. This is the first time they're ever running at the Fugue in Warminster.
Is it the Fugue or Fuge?
Well, it depends on your accent.
I'm excited. It's not a very long distance for us to drive.
The It's not.
I'm just going to put this out now.
Okay.
If you fake any kind of a fucking car issue,
I'm driving up with you. Why wouldn't I drive up with you?
you always fake some sort of car issue where I get stuck driving.
You're going to drive. You're going to drive up with me, and I'm going to go in your car with you. You got a better car.
Oh God, we don't want. We're going to do a video.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do on the road. We're going to take the long way there.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to do it with Stitchers or Switchers so we can broadcast it live.
I can't drive with a bunch of cameras across my windshield
Why?
because then I can't see the road.
Don't be a pussy.
All right, we'll do it. Fuck it. So who's on the fight card? Start at the bottom, work your way up.
Well,
Ass to tits.
Well, we're gonna go tits down in this one. The main event features a professional lightweight title fight between Rob Watley of Conquest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and Joe Weisel,
don't know much
5-0
about
of
either one of
Scorpion
those
Fighting
guys.
Systems. American top team fighter Chris Cortallo, who was on here
I
last
love
week,
watching Chris Cortallo fight.
will be featured in the co-main event, and there will be many exciting matchups on the card, including an amateur lightweight title fight between Vinny Aristigalgio. Wait a minute.
We've seen Vinny fight.
Oh, we have. I don't want to butcher his name.
He's
I'm
a
sorry.
scrapper. Or Staglio.
Or Staglio. And Cody Russell. Cody Russell's
Like Cody Russell.
Yeah, he's a fucking beast from Balance. And a female fight between Amanda Cramney, which, you know.
I know Amanda.
Yep.
It was funny. I went into my gym the other day, which is Urge Fitness, which is
And
it's
Letitia
it's
Mole.
right next door to my gym.
And Letitia.
And I walk in, and there's flyers everywhere on the table for XCC, right? And I pick one up, and one of the dudes behind the counter is like, "You going to that?" I say, "Fuck yeah, I'm going to it. I'm one of the fucking announcers." He's like, I'm like, "Did Amanda drop these off?" He's like, "Yeah, how'd you know her?" I'm like, "She's on the fight card.
And
She goes to the same gym." I'm gonna keep interrupting you. You don't stop me from talking.
And Letitia Mole.
And we enjoy talking to Letitia.
We did. She
Is
was
Grandpa
really cool.
coming? Is Grandpa coming?
Probably.
He's from Florida. I don't think he is.
I think he flies up as a surprise. Like she. Here's how I picture this going down.
And he
Fights
gives,
going.
And he gives her like custom embroidered like
no.
like fight
She
shorts.
doesn't even know he's there. Right?
Like
she doesn't even
like
know
in
he's
Rocky
there.
Balboa or Creed.
She doesn't even know he's there, and then at some point she's in trouble and she's up against a cage, and he shows up out of nowhere and he goes like this.
The thumbs up. Like the old school Chuck Norris.
Yeah. And then she's like, "Fuck," and just go crazy.
We got a bunch of fighters on this card that we've seen fight many times. Hakif's awesome.
Hakif. I'm going to put this out to Hakif right now.
He better get used to talking on the
You
mic.
better fucking get used to talking on the mic, you motherfucker. Because
He called you motherfucker.
I did call you
didn't.
mother,fucker because first time I interviewed you, a little awkward. Last time you avoided me.
Yeah.
This time, Hakif,
It's
if
'cause
you
you're-
win,
it's 'cause you're a
I
douche.
like Hakif. I like watching him fight.
Dude's legs are massive.
He's like a fucking. Who was the Sabu or who was the guy in ECW?
Rhino with the legs.
Yes,
Rhino.
he's built like that dude.
Yeah.
And I like Hakif. And if Hakif somehow works it out to Fighter of the Night or something like that,
Yep.
he better have some shit prepared.
We've got
Because I'll chase him out to the parking lot with a microphone.
Joe
I like
Pfeiffer,
Hakif.
Joe Pfeiffer, Tim Schafer, Jack Hardenstein, like a lot of good
Jack
fights.
Hartenstein's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah. For people out there who have never seen an XCC show, go out and support it.
Or even a local show if you're not around here.
It's the same. It's the same. Like, you know, in the music.
Have you gone
scene.
to you've gone to UFC fights?
Yeah.
Events, right? There's a lot of douchebags in the crowd,
Yeah.
right? You go to a local event, you don't see any trouble for anybody because you look around the crowd, 99% of the people train somewhere. So there's no reason, like everybody's very respectful. Everybody, you don't think so? We've seen a couple times where people have gotten a little crazy. But for the most part,
There's a lot of testosterone. in
fans
there.
are very respectful.
a lot
and
of families there though.
a lot of families are
that's
there.
The thing I noticed.
People are supporting each other.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you see anybody like anything in the crowd happen.
My favorite thing, what happens at these XCC shows, we're bound to run into at least one or two people that see us, and they'll be like, "All right, man, good luck. You nervous?" And I'm like, I'm sitting outside the cage.
It might be.
Like,
I wasn't until you said that.
Like, what the fuck am I? What am I nervous about? I'm not getting.
It's
punched.
always awkward. Like last time, there was dudes like right up against the cage.
Yelling.
We were talking.
Yeah.
And for Pete's sake, if you're cornering a guy and you're standing on the left of me, right near where the cage entrance is, stop screaming in my fucking ear. Like last time, it was really bad. Like there was just dudes like right here.
Yeah.
They got to move our table, I think.
Another funny thing for me is, it's like if you've yelled the same instruction 35 times in a row, chances are he's not gonna listen.
I like when there's amateur rules and there's no ground and pound.
Yeah.
And there's always that one guy in the crowd. Ground and pound.
Yeah.
Like, fucking know the rules.
The funniest thing is this: when you're calling fights, when you're talking into the mics, they can fucking hear you. So it's like you got to keep your words short and sweet. You know what I mean? You got to watch what you say. And I'm respectful because I respect anything that I
Oh,
can't.
absolutely. Anybody who's willing to get in the cage.
I respect anything.
respect right off the bat.
I respect anything I can't do.
And-
So
and
I respect those guys.
XCC, the quality of the presentation has increased every time. The quality of the fights has increased every time. Just the overall aura of the whole event is
Yeah.
getting bigger and better every time. Helen and Ryan do an excellent job of putting the fights together. It's well worth your money.
He told me the other day, I was talking to him on Facebook, that
You said you were off social media.
I'm back on.
Yeah. No
I
shit.
decided.
'Cause I know because I tested it earlier today. I tagged you in something
Yeah.
just to see if you were on there. And 2 seconds later, you responded.
Well, if you were my friend, you would see the post that I put on.
I'm not your friend.
I know. Ryan told me that he didn't like you.
Yeah, I knew that.
He said that, look, I don't like you.
So tell me what you're talking about with Ryan.
I wasn't.
Oh, but anyway, but Ryan and Helen put on a fantastic show. If you're not in the area and you can't make it to an XCC event,
And
support your local events and go to stuff. It's well worth your money. If you're a big UFC fan, you can meet people who are well on their way to become big-time fighters.
You know, it's got cool merch tables. And the other thing is this.
We should get free merch from the merch tables.
I appreciate the fact that they always think of us and have us on the cards, and they always treat us good.
Absolutely.
But just like, you know, you guys out there that you would support local bands and local venues, you know, look, these are the guys that in 5 years are going to be in the UFC. And these guys are going to be main eventing pay-per-views.
There's a handful of guys in the XCC right now that
we've
we
already
see.
seen
We've
guys
already met a bunch of them.
that we know. Like, we're going to be seeing these
We are
guys.
absolutely going to be seeing these guys, and we'll know where they started. And it's going to be exciting.
It already is.
Yeah.
It already is.
You know, on that note, we're going to end the show.
Are we going to end it?
I think we're going to end the show.
I don't know if I really want to end it yet because I'm feeling good.
Are you feeling good?
I am feeling good.
I think we're going to end it.
Why do we want to end it?
Because I think we've hit our allotted time.
All right, cool. I guess, you know, we can kind of hit it. Is there anybody we want to thank for...
You know what? I want to thank XCC, iHeartRadio.
Yeah, we're on we're on iHeartRadio now.
Stitcher Smart Radio.
iHeartRadio.
Jack Daniels,
Stitcher.
Leatherman Tools,
iTunes.
Stitcher, iTunes, WWE Network. I want to thank you most of all.
You want to thank me?
I'm just lying. Fuck you.